Hello, people of YouTube. As you can see, I'm zooming free foot shot for you. So when I bought this, there is a small cosmetic defect right here. And to attempt to fix this, or at least make it flush, because I can feel it, hitting my... You can see the outline of it. Basically, the guitar fell, piece chipped off. The person I bought it off of glued it back on. And from a distance, like if I go up here, you can't see it. Like, you gotta be on top of it. But I can feel it. It's slightly annoying. So we have a couple of things here that we're gonna use. If I can get my screen back. To fix it. So we have wet dry 1000 grit sandpaper. I am going to be doing a little bit of wet sanding. Basically you just dip it in water. And then we have painter's tape to tape off around the area, because if this looks crappy, we want to isolate the spot and not make a giant mess. So let me go ahead. I'm going to take this off, get my sandpaper out, and then I'll show you how I'm doing this. So I cut off a small strip of sandpaper like this. This is your 1000 grit. I have a little cup of water off on here on the side. I'll just show you. All I do is just dip it in there a little bit. Let it soak up for a couple of seconds. And then this, all you do is wipe it off a little bit and pretty much go to town on that spot. And you just keep going until it's smooth to your liking. And I mean, it's as simple as that. You tape off the section. I do recommend doing like a test first. Like I did a small test with this to make sure that it wouldn't mess up the finish, because you want fine enough sandpaper where it's more of a polish than it is actually like digging into the guitar. Obviously you want it to take some finish off, but you want it to be very, very minimal. That way you don't have to attempt to do all this work to polish it back up. So I will go ahead and finish doing this, and I will show you what the finished product looks like when I'm done. So, yeah. That's noticeable now, isn't it? Yeah, you see what happened. Did not realize how thin this finish was. Very thin satin finish. So, I mean, it's more flush than it was. I mean, I can feel it a little bit. I'm not going to do anything anymore with this. I'm going to try to find some touch-up paint, and I'm done with this. You live and you learn. So, I mean, on theoretically, this should have worked, but it also depends on the grit of the... I mean, I was literally using 1000 grit sandpaper. The next level up is like 1200 grit. There's your local hardware store. You're not going to be able to find a grit higher than that. And then, I mean, there's no, like, as you can see, there's no, like, scratches or anything on it. But you can definitely see where I took off, and on the edge, a small chunk of the finish. I think I have satin black. I'm going to go get a paintbrush, put the tiniest of tiny bits on here and see what it ends up looking like, and then I'll be back in a minute. So I know it's really hard to see, but that spot that had the wood showing through, I found something that was satin black, so now it is no longer showing through. So you live and you learn. Satin finishes are definitely a little bit more cruel than gloss finishes. This is the first time I've actually had to mess with cosmetically a satin finish. So, as I said, you live and you learn. Put it back the way it was, not going to mess with it. Just going to have to live with it at this point in time. You're going to be able to feel that there, but at the same time, I covered the wood back up. So... yeah, I guess you live and you learn. I mean, it was already damaged to begin with, so it's not like I'm damaging it more. Just trying to fix it. Didn't work out how I wanted it to. Hopefully I stick to gloss in the future. This is, I think, one of the first... No, I had an Epiphone Les Paul Gothic that was satin finish, but I never had to do any work to that, really, cosmetically. Or I just didn't care to. One of the two. This one, the guitar is a little bit nicer condition and just had that one little boo-boo, so I wanted to try to fix it. Yeah, so there you go. Me messing up, trying to show you how to flatten out a chipped piece on a guitar. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.